We're with Director of Rugby Steve Diamond. We've retreated indoors this week because autumn's taken us in its grip. Diamonds were 1 week into the season, Bristol at home last weekend. What's the reaction been to that game?
Well, the reaction was the squad and the management team were disappointed, certainly in our areas of the set piece. I thought we let ourselves down a little bit at the line out. We didn't have a plan B. We've certainly got a plan B moving forward, which manifested itself in us not being able to keep any ball. Some massive turnovers in the game in the second half. We kick it out, then lose the line out. So we couldn't build any pressure second half. And when you do that against teams in the Premiership, they take their opportunities. I thought a lot of positives in the first half, but we're a lot to work on. But again, not too distraught, if I'm perfectly honest. I think there's more positives than negatives. You know, I don't want to go back to last year, but it was 80 odd points last year, and there's a confidence in the team that I'm confident that won't happen again.
Some of the new signings introduced themselves to the fans. We saw trademark big hit from Sammy Arnold, and then Tom Gordon, joint top tackler in the league as well. You must have been happy with those guys. Yeah,
I think the players that were coming, we've said it now, Smithy, over the summer, that these lads are hardcore players and understand the competition, and their actions speak louder than words, and those two had good games.
So we've got a trip down to Harlequins on Saturday at the Twickenham Stoop. A decent bus journey. What sort of mentality is required from the lads to get something out of these away trips?
Well, I think Harlequins were unlucky, to lose at the weekend, and it shows that their squad depth and capabilities by practically winning that game and losing it in the last kick. So they're a very good side. We've got to play very well to stand a chance. I think we've got to get our set piece right, unlike last weekend. And if our defensive system can hold up, then we can challenge them. And I think that's the performance we're looking for.
You've mentioned a couple of games there. What did you make of the Premiership in general on the first weekend? Bit of sort of early season rustiness maybe in some of the games? Yeah,
I think so. I think some games were close, and there's no standout team in the league at the moment, but that'll show itself in the next 6 weeks. We've just got to not be too bothered about the other teams in the league and just look what we can do over the first block of 6 games.
A couple of new laws this season, Dimes, and a couple of existing laws being sort of officiated more stringently. The DuPont law is one that a few people have talked about. Is that something that's getting chatted about among the squad, or we didn't actually see too much of it in our game?
Yeah, well, every year the lawmakers are trying to improve the spectator spectacle, and the DuPont law, where you've got to retreat until you're put on side, it will be stringently refereed, and I think no better than Luke Pearce is probably the best ref in the comp at the minute, and we have to adhere to the new tweaks in the law. So yeah, nothing that's we can't cope with.
In terms of this week, we've got a milestone in the squad. Former Harlequin Sam Stewart playing his 100th game for the club. He's been here for quite a few years now. I guess just a word about him, and then it's a bit harder to reach these milestones now with fewer games and squad rotation and all the rest.
Yeah, it's always good to get guys who've played for the club for 100 times, and Sam's, I respect him massively. He's not far off first on the team sheet at the minute. He's a very capable player. Quiet man behind the scenes, but we need the leadership that he can give from his experience.